Alright, hey guys, so I normally would do a silly little like intro like I usually do for these, and I'm not gonna be doing this for a bit. I don't know how long this is gonna go, maybe but the reason I'm not gonna do one is because some really bad news happened today. I don't know if you know about my cat Dexter. He's the white and gray one with the blue eyes. I don't know if you've seen him in any of the videos. I don't know if I ever recorded him, but he has for the past couple of weeks he has had cancer, and we just got results back, and it's something he can't be saved from. We're gonna have to put him down tomorrow, and been really upset about it all day. And I don't really want to go too far into it because it's not really, I don't bring up a lot of sad stuff on this channel, but it's something that greatly affects me, and I'm really upset about it. But I don't want to go too much into it. But he's a really good cat, and I don't know, he loves. I think everyone who's kind of met him has loved him. But I'm sorry. Hold on. So I'm gonna go into this real quick. Let me see here. See what I okay. All right. This one is in the Court of the Crimson King by Green Crimson. This is I may not be able to go too much into detail about a lot of these, but this is this was my favorite King Crimson album for a while. It's their most popular, most well known, and a lot of people consider it to be the greatest progressive rock album of all time. And I personally, it's my third favorite. I do think it's a bit overrated, but I do love this album a lot, though. I just don't see it as like in a regard that a lot of other people do, but it's still a really great album. And the cover art is really cool, and that's definitely a very big influence on the progressive rock genre, and there's countless groups influenced by this album. Let me see here. This is Another Green World by Brian Eno. If you don't know who Brian Eno is, he's produced some albums for the Talking Heads, so a couple albums for David Bowie and some other artists too, but he's mostly known for ambient music and electronic music, but he also does some rock music, and this is more of a rock album, but there is some electronic music on it as well. This is considered to be kind of like his masterpiece, I'd probably say. And he's also in a group called Roxy Music, but this is a really pretty album with really experimental pop structures, and it's a really good listen. If you like electronic music, you should probably get into that album. I don't remember if I got into this one on the last one, but this is the Benz by Radiohead. This is their second album, and it's their first good album, in my opinion. It's one of the more accessible ones. I would say this is arguably one of the easiest albums to get into, because it's a lot more. It's kind of like Pablo Honey, but good, because Pablo Honey wasn't good, but it's a more straightforward alternative rock album. But there's some really good songs on this, like Fake Plastic Trees and Street Spirit Fade Out. And even though the band I got Tom York doesn't really like the song High and Dry, I like that song. And My Iron Lung is a pretty good song too, but this is a pretty good album though. Let me see here. This is This Heat Deceit. This is the second and last album by this 80s, well, kind of starting in the late 70s, post-punk and noise rock experimental group called This Heat. This is a very politically themed album, and a lot of the music is based around tape loops and a lot of music concrete elements, which is music used with everyday objects is kind of what it is. There's a lot of really experimental, and this was a very ahead of its time album as well, in my opinion. Really probably one of the most experimental albums of the 80s, if I had to say. This comes with a little booklet too. I was actually surprised to see this at the store, the record store in Iowa, because I didn't even know they where this was on vinyl. I mean, a re-release of it, I guess. But So it's a really good album though. And if what's kind of cool about the cover is if you look, it's actually a bunch of political themes. Like there's the American flag, and I'm not sure what president that is, but there's a mushroom cloud and some other stuff. If you can, there's some cassette tapes at the bottom, but it's supposed to look like a creepy face, but it actually has a bunch of pictures in it, which is kind of interesting. This is Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. Everyone's kind of heard of them. They're a California pop rock group. A lot of people regard this as their best release. I kind of prefer Smile a little bit, but I really love this album too. But Wouldn't It Be Nice and God Only Knows, there's a lot of really songs that really anyone can kind of get into. But yeah, I really love this album, and it's one of my favorite albums of the 60s too, and it's one of the most influential pop albums as well, I'd probably say. Let's see here. This one is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West, and this was one of the albums that I really, really loved when getting into music. It's one of my favorite hip hop albums, and also my favorite Kanye West album too. Also, I would say it's probably one of the most influential albums of the 2010s. I'd probably say as well. And the song "Runaway." It's one of my favorite hip hop songs as well. These are these little things it comes with. You can change the cover and everything. It's kind of cool. And then that poster on the wall, that one with the ballet lady, that came with it. So. And I'd say it's probably one of the easiest, one of these really like influential. I feel like it's one of those kind of really critically acclaimed albums that got a lot of really big recognition, probably because Kanye is a very popular artist, but really genius use of samples. Actually, that King Crimson album is actually sampled. They sample a song from that. There's tons of samples in this, and some really great lyrics and really interesting and creative use of instrumentals and everything on this. So even some really good progression on some tracks too. Let's see here. This is Cows on Hourglass Ponds by A.B. Terror. And I think Animal Collective hasn't been doing a whole lot of very interesting stuff lately, but I actually enjoyed this release from A.B. Terror a lot. This is probably my favorite out of his solo albums. He actually did a pretty good job on this album, I thought. Actually some very pretty works in this. The cover's pretty cool too. It's probably my second favorite solo Animal Collective album. I think Purse and Bitch for Panda Bear will probably always be my favorite solo Animal Collective album. This one is Paul's Boutique by the Beastie Boys. This is probably my favorite hip hop album of the 80s. Cover's pretty cool, but this one they had producers. I think it was the Dust Brothers, and they also produced the album Odelay by Beck, and they made the soundtrack to Fight Club. But this album is production on it is very, very ahead of its time, very unique. Crazy that this came out in 1989. Still sounds really fresh today, I'd probably say. But the whole album is basically made up of samples from other songs. Production is basically almost entirely made out of samples from other songs. And this is probably one of their darker albums lyrically. A lot of really kind of violent, crime-filled. Some lyrics in this but I also say it's probably definitely the best lyrics. Even though it was kind of a commercial failure, and I don't think fans were really digging it at first, so that much when it came out, but now it's regarded as their masterpiece. And I can definitely see why, because this is very, very great album. Let's see here. Did I do this one last time? Not sure if I did, but this is World of Echo by Arthur Russell. He was a musician from Oskaloosa, Iowa. Yeah, I did one of his other albums. Never mind, I think. No, I didn't do this album. Never mind. My mistake. Okay. Yeah, I thought I remember doing that one. Yeah, I did that one too. At least, yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, this is The Man Machine by Craftwork. And Florian, one of the members of the founder of this group, actually died recently, and which was a very big loss. And I actually listened to their whole discography, kind of in memory of him. And I played a bunch of their albums that I own. This is this is probably Craftwork's most popular release. It's probably my second favorite album by them though. But this is a really good fun album. Really easy to get into with Craftwork. They have some amazing packaging too. And they're an electronic group from the 70s, and arguably the most influential electronic music group of all time. Arguably, I'd probably say. And this is the booklet it comes with. All their albums come with booklets. Looks like the timer's about to go off. Once I go through this booklet, once I go through this booklet, I'll just end the video. Okay, guys. That's kind of it. Alright. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys are doing fine. I hope Dexter